we have to call out political violence. I think there is a recognition, some are saying it openly, some more quietly, that the vitriol, the level that is there now, the hatred that has been fomented, there's a time that we've got to turn the volume down. And I think there's a lot of the people, I think, that find pleasure in stoking that fire, and it's dangerous. There are deranged people in society, and if they are encouraged along this way, they will do dangerous things, increasingly so. We see that. So I think that members of Congress have come to that recognition. I think many of them are nervous, of course. They're public figures. They're exposed all the time, everywhere. We have great security measures for members of Congress, but there's a desire on many people's parts to have more. These are the new realities. I think social media has been a toxin in politics. I think it has added to this vitriol. But at the end of the day, I think the call is that we've got to recognize once more that we are all fellow Americans. We should see one another as colleagues and fellow citizens and fellow countrymen, and not as enemies. That's not what Charlie Kirk represented. He genuinely loved the debate because he genuinely loved the people. And I think that's a really important thing for us to remember.
On lawmakers, I mean, have you heard from members who want heightened security because of what happened to Charlie Kirk?
Yeah, of course. There's been a deluge of that. I mean, from the moment all this took place. And we're looking at that. We have to take serious measures for serious times. But, the encouragement, again, is to resort to our better angels, as Abraham Lincoln reminded the people at another time of great division. And, to get back to the fundamental principles. This is not who we are in America. We're founded on these founding principles that we're going to celebrate in earnest next year on our super centennial.
Yeah.
It's built on the idea that we're all created equal, we're all made in the image of God, and everybody has an estimable dignity and value. We need to treat one another with civility, and I think this is an important reminder.
Well, and it's notable to hear you say that there are lawmakers who want more security as a result of this. I don't think that's surprising to anyone to see what happened, because he did have security that was there with him. Yeah. Obviously, the campus obviously could have used more. But on what you were saying there about what people say in this political environment, especially where it's turbocharged a lot of times on Capitol Hill, and do you think today provides a greater recognition of how sometimes those messages come across to other people who take them more seriously maybe than some members of Congress do when they're saying it or tweeting it or anything?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's clear. You've had people who have resorted to political violence because they were encouraged along by the dialogue out in the public square, and some of that is put forward by elected officials and people with large platforms, large social media platforms, and they're saying and doing things that make it personal, and people direct their anger to individuals. I mean, this is not who we are. We're better than this. We need to be setting an example as Americans. We are the free marketplace of ideas. We celebrate and defend vigorously free speech. Charlie Kirk did that, as well as anybody that I know. And he never shied away from debate, but he did it in the right spirit, and I think that's what we've got to get back to. It wasn't personal.